Dear friends, we have shared the registration form for the media series. We request everyone to fill the registration form. Yeah, good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to this wonderful evening and the wonderful occasion. On the occasion of 74th Republic Day. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on media in holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development. Commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 75 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, 2015 to 2030, as part of awareness and campaigns organized by in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute and Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Today we are also commemorating 74th Indian Republic Day and also Vasant Panchami, Sri Panchami, an auspicious day of the birthday or Jayanti of Goddess Sri Saraswati, who is the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, and intellect. So with the grace and blessings of the Goddess Saraswati, and also the Almighty on this wonderful occasion, auspicious occasion. We are starting this series. Let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue to the proceedings. So, as you all know, media has a great influence on every aspect of our social life, personal life, emotional life, and also other domains of our lives, including other domains of health, well-being, and sustainable development. Media has a greater impact from stage shows, or street plays. If you see the olden folk media or the traditional media, where, even before these radios and TVs existed, we used to have these, various art forms or communication in different forms like dance, art forms performed in the streets of villages or in the open grounds of the villages. So it has been a very significant communication through which, various aspects, information, knowledge is being disseminated even today. Even today, we see even in certain villages, we see the communication is widely prevalent and used. And today also, radio is very popular. Even after this social media emergence also, there are many users that are listening to radio, hooked up to televisions. And we see even the statistics that more and more radio stations, channels are launching, and more television channels are launching. And even YouTube channels are also come. And because there is a lot of potential, especially with the media industry or film industry. And because of this, there is also contradictory effects that it is playing. One is the positive side and other is the negative side. One is the constructive side, other is the destructive side. These are like a double-edged sword, if not used properly or if not utilized in a proper manner, it can lead to either productivity or destruction. And it is also a medium, a strategy, a method, a technique through which we can convey information to masses. So we have decided, or when we initially planned, how to convey the same concepts of holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development in a much better way. Instead of reinventing wheel, taking some examples from the media itself, like movies, documentaries, short films, or ads for that matter, and critically study it, analyze it, and present it on a platform where people can easily connect to it. And we can also convey the intended message through that particular media article or presentation. We know that many concepts can be presented through various media, like it can be folk media, traditional media, electronic media, print media, broadcast media, mass media, internet, online media, social media, or through films, movies, arts, drama, etc. And we can use this media to talk about holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development. So with this, thought in mind, we thought we would create a series where we can discuss, we can use various media as a case study to study and present various topics which are related to holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development. So with this thought, we thought of creating a platform where we can come, we can watch together, and we can discuss and disseminate, and we can debate and share topics related to these on this platform. So this platform is exclusively dedicated to the media content and how that is impacting on holistic health, that is various domains of health and well-being and sustainable development. It may be positively, it may be negatively, or it may be neutral. So we will critically analyze, because we all love, maybe more or less, we all love to watch a different kind of media. It may be documentaries, it may be movies, or it may be some serials, or it can be ads, or any media content, even on social media also. Whichever media you are usually watching or following, you can take that media or media content or part of a content and present on this platform. It is a wonderful opportunity for everyone, because we keep discussing about movies. Oh, that movie is like that, that movie is like this, and this is the content, this was a social cause or social message, or this is impacting youth, or this is impacting children. Like that, we have a lot of discussions when we watch a movie or a documentary or an ad. So we can take up one such media content. It can be anything. Even you can take up some ad on the television or on social media. We can play that here, and we can also study on that. And you can share your views initially as a presenter. What is that you have understood, and what is that you have analyzed critically in various aspects, so that the platform is open for further discussion, and then we all can contribute to it, so that we can also gain some insights, and we can also share inputs with the media industry as such. We can post all these proceedings, or we can share this. Even this will be live online, maybe initially until we come up with some tie-ups with media houses where we will, because there is some copyright problem when we, air some movies as such. There is a different strategy or a different method. We can also watch movies in the sessions, but it is being live streamed and we are not the copyright owners. So we need to take permission. So we have also a different mechanism to work on it. So we will come up with that mechanism soon where we can watch. But again, that will consume a lot of time. If we are taking documentaries, it's a maximum of 90 minutes, somewhere around 15 minutes to 90 minutes or maximum 120 minutes. So it will take 2 hours, somewhere in between 1 hour to 2 hours, where we all can watch together and we can talk on it. That is one way of doing it. Otherwise, you might have already watched so many movies or so many media content. So you can just rewatch it, or if you have watched it many times and you wanted to really share your insights on that, or if you always had some thoughts pondering you or some queries pondering you on that video, you can present it, or you can share the link. We can, play it, and you be prepared on that presentation, and we can discuss it on it, or you can present it. Even it can be in terms of health or any one aspect or more aspects. Like we can take. Generally, we used to do it. In our classes also. We have one day dedicated where we watch movie. On one day we screen movie, especially which are related to psychology or which are related to society, social cause, where students are made to watch the movie and give their critical understanding. I think many universities are also following, by movies, airing, playing some, watching some movie and trying to analyze the personalities and kind of disorders they are going through. So maybe we can also take a similar activity here also. We can, collect some, there are a lot of movies which are related to psychology, psychiatry. Also, we can pick up those movies also. Otherwise, we can take general movies, general ads or media content, and we can also discuss on them. Or we can also share our inputs, how we can improve that, or critically think over or disseminate information on that. That will help us to understand, and also, we can share it on the public forums so that we can have, a better media also. If we can list out some lacunae, or we can suggest better, models or better way of presenting, or a different angle or a perspective of the same stories. So we can bring out various stories and we can present it here. You can take as much as time as you require. Generally, we thought of having it from 8 to 9, but we can also take it up from anywhere in between 6 to 8. Or if it is a full movie that needs to be watched, then we can also have from 6 to 9. So that, 2.5 hours also if we watch movie. While movie is going on also, we can have discussion, or we can stop. Generally, we also have that practice. Otherwise, we can completely watch and we can discuss. Otherwise, you watch it and we can play some trailer of that movie, or some short version of that entire summary of the movie. By, selectively, if you can note the timings, where you can cover the entire movie in a very short period. If you can just list out the timings, note down the timings and let us know. Or if you can just clip them together and can present, or if you can provide us the link and also the timings, we will help you so that we can all watch together in a short period, and we can also discuss. Otherwise, you can watch and make a presentation on that, and you can present it here so that we can discuss. So we'll have registration form which needs to be filled daily for each day. Every day we'll be issuing certificates, and this will have a different website, dedicated website, where whenever a session is being organized, all the session details will be uploaded there, and you can download your certificates from there. So all the details will be uploaded, and even if you like, if you come up your topics well in advance, it's better. So we will put those trailer videos or on that website in advance along with the session details. So if anyone is interested to discuss on that, they can also go and watch the trailer, and we'll put up the trailers are there. Or if it is a free movie, if the original producer has the entire media on the public platform, then we can use the full video, and we can share the link so that our friends can also go through it and come up with some points, good points for discussion and their own perspectives of story. So this will help us, and there is no eligibility criteria as such. Anyone, even an illiterate also can watch. There is no bar of age bar, or there is no qualification required or anything. So whoever has a habit of watching movies or any media content and able to present, it may not be scientific presentation. You can just talk like we are talking to each other, like you are talking to your friend. You can come here and maintaining the dignity of the platform, and using the best language possible, avoiding the being mindful of being on the platform in the public domain. So if we can discuss in a better way, then that will help us to use that time also productively and constructively. So we will be sharing, we have already shared the registration form. We request everyone to fill the registration form daily, and we will also create a separate WhatsApp group for this. For time being, I will be sharing it from tomorrow. You can register, and we will have a separate calendar also for this, so that you can receive updates, and we will have one dedicated group so that we can share these links also. If it is available on a website or in YouTube, we can also share the videos in advance so that you can also watch and contribute to the discussions. So this will be on a basis of availability of the session and speaker. Randomly, we will in future we will try to organize daily, but as of now, we will start whenever as part of international webinar series. We'll try to merge it whenever there is no we will also take this part of it, and we'll see how it goes on. Or if there are 2 sessions, then after completing that international webinar series of that session, then we can take up this session. So we'll see how things are moving on. From today onwards, we will have both the sessions planning in the same time, I mean, one after the other, or as a substitute of each other. We'll see how it rolls out. And in coming days, we'll plan it accordingly. Say if we have 2 sessions daily, we can have that session at 6 to 8. I mean 6 to 7 or 6 to 8. And from 7 to 8 or 8 to 9, we can have this session also. So both sessions can be possible depending on the availability of time. Otherwise, we can have a dedicated time from 8 to 9 as we have planned earlier. We can have this session from without disturbing the other session. So this is one platform which provides, irrespective of their age, gender, your race, religion, no bar. Only thing is you have interest in watching movies or media and try to analyze it and explain it in a simple way. And also what you have understood and how it can contribute, whether it may be positively or negatively. We can talk about both. So this will help us to gain insights and how we can use this media as such, as a tool, as a method, as a strategy to promote holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development concepts. So today, let's, for the time being, let's watch one movie trailer. And maybe we'll see how we can take it, and we'll also see. Let me pull out one trailer for you. Just give me a minute so that I can pull on something. Yeah. So let's watch a documentary.
When you go to Google and type in climate change is, you're going to see different results depending on where you live and the particular things that Google knows about your interests.
That's not by accident, that's a design technique.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded.
A lot of people think Google's just a search box and Facebook's just a place to see what my friends are doing. What they don't realize is there's entire teams of engineers whose job is to use your psychology against you.
I was the co-inventor of the Facebook like button.
I was the president of Pinterest,
Google, Twitter, Instagram.
There were meaningful changes happening around the world because of these platforms. I think we were naive about the flip side of that coin.
We get rewarded by hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth.
A whole generation is more anxious, more depressed.
I always felt like fundamentally it was a force for good. I don't know if I feel that way anymore.
Facebook discovered that they were able to affect real-world behavior and emotions without ever triggering the user's awareness. They are completely clueless.
Fake news spreads 6 times faster than true news. We're being bombarded with rumors.
If everyone's entitled to their own facts, there's really no need for people to come together. In fact, there's really no need for people to interact.
We have less control over who we are and what we really believe.
If you want to control the population of your country, there has never been a tool as effective as Facebook.
We built these things and we have a responsibility to change it. The intention could be, how do we make the world better?
If technology creates mass chaos, loneliness, more polarization, more election hacking, more inability to focus on the real issues,
We're toast.
This is checkmate on humanity.
So I will give a short briefing of this documentary, and I will open the forum for discussion. The documentary name is The Social Dilemma, is an American docudrama film directed by Jeff Orlowski and written by the same person, Orlowski, Davis, Comby, and Vicky Curtis. The documentary examines how social media's design nurtures addiction to maximize profit and its ability to manipulate people's views, emotions, and behavior, and spread conspiracy theories and disinformation. The film also examines social media effect on mental health, in particular, the mental health of adolescents and rising teen suicide rates. The film features interviews with many former employees. Some of these interviews qualify that social media platforms and big tech companies have provided some positive change for the society as well. The interviews discuss social media's role in political polarization in the United States and the influence that algorithmic advertising has had on political radicalization. The film also examines how social media platforms have impacted the spread of fake news and how governments have used social media as a tool for propaganda. These interviews are presented alongside scripted dramatizations of a teenager's social media addiction. So these dramatizations draw attention to the rising concern of the radicalization of youth on the internet. The film dives into the psychological underpinnings and the manipulation techniques by which it claims social media and technology companies addict users. People's online activity are watched, tracked, and measured by these companies, who then use this data to build artificial intelligence models that predict the action of the users. Tristan Harris, former Google design ethicist and co-founder of the Center for Human Technology, explains in the documentary that there are three main goals of tech companies. The engagement goal is to increase usage and make sure continuous scrolling. The growth goal is to ensure users are coming back and inviting friends that invite even more friends. The advertisement goal is to make sure that while the above two goals are happening, the companies are also making as much as money as possible. So Harris likens the manipulation tactics used in the technology to magic. How do you persuade people by manipulating what they see? And how can this psychology be integrated into technology? Another interview, Jonathan Hadid, a social psychologist at NYU STEM School of Business, brings up the concerns of mental health in relation to social media. There has been an increase in depression and suicide rates among teens and young adults since the early 2000s. And Hadid states that this pattern points to the year social media was made available on mobile phones. The dangers of fake news are also discussed in the documentary. Harris argues that this is a disinformation for profit business model and that companies make more money by allowing unregulated message to reach anyone for the best practice. According to a study conducted by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, fake news on Twitter spread 6 times faster than true news. Wikipedia is mentioned as a neutral landscape that shows all users the exact same page without tailoring it for individual or monetizing it. Orlowski uses a cast of actors to portray this in the dramatization of issues covered in the film. The narrative features of a family of 5 portraying various perspectives of social media usage and its influence on their daily lives. The main character, Ben, is a teenager who falls deeper into social media addiction under the manipulation of the engagement, growth, and advertisement. Als Cassandra, Ben's sister, believes that one can stay connected to the internet without a cell phone, and she represents individuals free from manipulation of social media and technology. Unlike other members of their family, Isla, the youngest daughter in the family, represents how teenage girls fall into depression and lose their sense of identity due to social media. One scene in the narrative shows the family at a dinner table. The mother proposes that everyone keep their cell phones locked in a kitchen, safe, prior to eating to dinner. But when a notification buzzes on someone's phone, Isla gets up from the table and tries to open the kitchen safe. She resorts to shattering the kitchen safe with a tool after a few failed attempts, retrieving her own phone but damaging Ben's phone screen in the process. In return for a new phone screen, Ben promises his mother that he will refrain from using the phone for a week. At the end of the scene, Cassandra is seen sitting alone at the dinner table. Halfway through the agreed time period, Ben breaks his promise and progressively becomes addicted to the social media. The ALS behind the screen previously analyzed that pushing extreme center political content on his social media page has a 62.3% chance of long-term engagement for Ben. Once Ben starts watching one video recommended by ALS, he becomes so immersed in the content containing term engagement content containing propaganda and conspiracy theories that it affects his daily life, leading him to skip soccer practice and disregard friends and family. Ultimately, towards the end of the film, Ben gets involved in an extreme center rally that escalates and becomes violent. He gets pinned down and detained by the police when he tries to make his way to Cassandra, who spots Ben in the crowd on her way to school. The interviewees restate their fear about the role of artificial intelligence in social media and the influence of these platforms have on society, arguing that something needs to change. Asa Raskin, a former employee at Firefox and Mozilla and co-founder of the Center for Human Technology, explains that the Silicon Valley started around the idea of human technology, but companies have strayed away from the original intentions of the technology. In the end credits of the documentary, the interviews propose ways the audience can take action to fight back, such as turning off notifications, never accepting recommended videos on YouTube, use search engines that do not retain search history, and establishing rules in the house on cell phone usage. So the Social Dilemma documentary centers on the social and cultural impact of social media usage on regular users, with a focus on algorithmically enabled forms of behavior modification and psychological manipulation. Additionally, the film depicts an array of related themes, but not limited to political manipulation, technological addiction, echo chambers, fake news, depression, and anxiety. The clips throughout the documentary focus on an example of a family acted out by the cast to convey the vast consequences of social media usage impacting their daily lives. One interviewee, Tim Kendley, the former director of Facebook, spoke upon the alarming goal of Facebook updating the app with increased addictiveness for a consistent boost in engagement. A former Google designer, Tristan Harris, compares the addiction level to the Vegas slot machine. As users check for their home, hoping that they have a notification, as it's likely they are pulling the lever of a slot machine, hoping they hit the jackpot. As the goal of the social media compared to when platforms were first introduced has changed and skyrocketed in popularity among society during the transition from 20th to 21st century. Social media, as Harris describes it, it's no longer considered a tool. Unlike tools used exclusively when needed by society, social media platforms strive to enhance advanced methods to gravitate users to click on the apps for additional content. The immersion of users in this app exposed to countless information, according to Kendall, could potentially lead the tension within the society. Misinformation and fake news are commonly spread, and users unable to distinguish between the fake and real news results in differences in ideology and societal division. Jonathan Haidt, a social psychologist and author, highlighted the influence of social media on depression and anxiety, especially on younger adolescents. In the documentary, there was a share of the statistics of depression, self-harm, and suicide leading to hospitalization, especially American teen girls resulting from social media use. The number of hospitalizations remained stable until around 2011 and rose a significant 62% in older teen girls aged 15 to 19 and up to 189% in younger teen girls aged 10 to 14 since 2009 in the United States. Additionally, the same pattern is shown in the rates of suicide, which increased 70% in the older teen girls and 151% in younger teen girls compared now to 2001 to 2010. According to Haidt's interview, People born after 1996 have grown up in a society where social media usage is the norm, thus resulting in consistent exposure to overwhelming content from a young age. Early exposure to these platforms has been one reason for the exponential rise of depression and self-harm. So that Social Dilemma documentary has both positive and negative impacts. The most positive analysis of the social dilemma conclude that the film is thorough and scales down abstract concepts to an accessible level. However, negative critics emphasize that the dramatized screenplay reduces the impact of the film's messaging. The film holds clear-eyed and comprehensive analysis of our data mind present. And it is commonly praised for its portrayal of how severe the addictive effects of social media can be, and by featuring industry insiders exposing to a wide audience the strategies to increase usage and data extraction at play by tech companies. So in a similar way, we can also bring up various movies and discuss various impacts that it can create. So now the forum is open for discussion. I will once again try to play one more trailer on this. We'll see and get another trailer. So you can watch once again, and the plot story is already revealed, shared. Okay. We have one more trailer.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked, is being measured. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded. Exactly what image you stop and look at, for how long you look at it. Oh yeah, seriously, for how long you look at it.
They know when people are lonely, they know when people are depressed, they know when people are looking at photos of your ex-romantic partners, they know what you're doing late at night, they know the entire thing.
Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, or what kind of neuroses you have, what your personality type is like.
They have more information about us than has ever been imagined in human history. It is unprecedented.
Now the forum is open for discussion on this movie. Maybe we just watched a trailer. You can discuss what did you feel or how did you feel by watching this. You can feel free, unmute yourself and share your information. Like this is, this is just a initiative where we can freely discuss. There are a lot of psychological aspects in this movie, especially about social media addiction, how it is seriously impacting and leading to mental illness and also psychological issues. So anyone, if you'd like to share your observations or insights, you can unmute yourself. Feel free to share. This is a platform where we have to discuss also. We have to be interactive at the end of the session, because that is the point where, we share each other. Otherwise, there is no benefit in just screening and making presentation. We also need to take the feedback. So anyone interested to share, feel free to unmute yourself. No queries, no observations from anyone? You can unmute yourself. Yeah, one message. It was really scary news. Yeah. So, yeah, it's true. We have seen last US elections also, how, social media played last year elections and before year. Even now also we see, a lot of, political campaigns are being hijacked and they are given a different direction. And it's really scary. Yes, definitely. And we don't know, we see how the metrics that run behind the social media, everything, the screen time, what you are watching, what content you are watching, how much time you are watching, which app you are using, what are the keywords you are using, everything is being recorded. That is a fact. They are not giving it free. Google, Facebook, do you know Facebook? They are the richest in the world. How come? They are not selling anything. You are not paying a single rupee to them. But how they have become richest in the world? Because they are using your data, your likes, dislikes, everything. You are sharing everything with them, with Google. Entire phone, whatever you are storing in your phone is completely used by the Google. If you are using Android phone, every content, every file, every character that is stored on your mobile phone is completely used by your manufacturer, that is, operating system provider. You think you are safe? No. Everything, you just type something, you just chat something, and you will see the advertisements coming up. Have you ever observed? You just type searching or you talk, you just keep chatting on something in your WhatsApp chat or on your Facebook, on anywhere, and you see lot of related content advertisements see everywhere on all the platforms. You go anywhere, you see even on Facebook also, or Twitter, Instagram, wherever, on whichever media platform it is, you just try to search something or try to do some conversation. You can see a lot of quotes, lots of memes, lots of ads related to that. How that is possible? Because this is what I will try to pull out tomorrow, if possible, the entire documentary, if it is available, I will try to pull out. So tomorrow we'll be having this session also. After our regular session, after commemoration of our regular this thing, we will have an other session. We'll see. There are many things that happen, which we are not aware of, but we will explore. See, this platform is meant for that, to really try to understand what is happening with us, and how media is impacting us. Yeah, Mary, ma'am.
Ma'am, sir, actually, mostly the photos is so much exploited, sir, because my own friend got caught in the photos.
That is very small thing, ma'am. That morphing and other things, there is, what we are using, internet, is a very small portion. We have something called darknet or dark web, which constitutes of majority of the internet. What we are using is just, if I am not wrong, it is just 5% or hardly 5 to 10%. The other side unexplored of the internet is the darknet, dark web, where everything is being sold there. Whatever data is there, photos, videos, everything is being traded, shared there. The largest human trafficking mafias, these sex rackets, and a lot of, things happen. Everything is sold there. Nothing is safe if you are connected to internet. No matter, we see a lot of passwords, lot of, sites being hacked and compromised. So nothing is safe. Like people say, once you are connected to net, that's all. Google has complete control for your contacts, your photos, your videos, your private messages, everything Google is monitoring. They are analyzing. So we will also see, if you watch, there are many movies like that. You can see employees, ex-employees from Google, Facebook, Twitter, social media giants, where we can explore the other side of social media giants, how they make huge money. Even Tata's, Birlas could not make money, but how these youngsters in just few years, they used our data, they used our activity and become the world richest persons, because they sell this data in the dark web and, dark net, and to the advertising companies, once one account of us is traded, and it's not just traded for one time, it's traded for multiple times. Whoever wants, they will be selling again and again and again, and this goes on until we stop using, until we are dead, or until our account is, deactivated. Even if the account is deleted also, our data is available for sale. So this is a kind of other side of online, social media. So we will try to explore. That's what, this platform is exclusive for such exploration, such research by us, where we can, because not everyone knows everything. So this is a platform where we can come together and explore various such practices that are happening and bring awareness. Basically, this is not to, create a fear among ourselves, or we are trying to educate ourselves so that we can share the knowledge with others. We can be careful on what to do and what not to do, and how to, protect ourselves. Yeah, ma'am.
Sir, I wanted to tell that only, sir, because I'm not from this computer field. I learned, sir, a lot from this movie, social media. And now only I'm learning so much about the internet and all, because after this pandemic came, only I'm touching my laptop. So I don't know much, so I am learning now, sir. This gave a lot of insight and awareness for me. It's very good session for me, sir. Very informative. I learned a lot, sir.
Thank you. So we will take up this, we will watch a full movie tomorrow on this platform. And we will see, and we will also discuss after that how, how we are being exploited and how our data is being used. So we will start tomorrow. After commemorations, we'll start it maybe 6 to 7 if we have a session. After that, we will start this. There will be a different registration form for both the series. And for this series, I'm sharing, and kindly fill up the feedback form. There will be different certificates also. And there will be different website also altogether. I'm sharing in the chat box registration form. We request everyone, whoever requires certificate, kindly register daily, attend the session, and fill the feedback form in the Zoom platform. Because once the meeting ends now, we cannot share the link. There is no link as such. So we request you to fill the feedback form. So that we can generate the certificates. If you want certificate, otherwise you can ignore the registration and feedback forms. But it always good, if you register, even if you don't require now, but if at any point in future, if you require certificates, then it's always good. So we have launched overall feedback form. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form. And tomorrow we will create another dedicated group for this media series, where I will share the link tomorrow. So you can join in that WhatsApp group. We'll also share these videos also, whichever we are watching or whichever we are going to present, so that you can watch it earlier or later and also can discuss on that. If you are not able to see the form, might be you have accidentally closed it, or from the menu, you can access in the polls. You can select active polls, then you can see the window. Or if you are using, if you are logged in from web browser, you might have difficulty. You can log in from Zoom app and update the Zoom app to the latest version. And kindly do join in time so that we don't miss the entire session. So thank you everyone for joining us. And today is an auspicious day of Vasant Panchami, Sri Panchami. So we started this, and we'll continue to keep sharing our knowledge, insights, and grow into a much enlightened community. Thank you everyone for joining us. And everyone, quickly fill up. This is the first session, so I don't want any one of you to miss the certificate. So everyone, fill the feedback form and also fill the registration form. After filling the feedback form, you may leave the platform. So see you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.